Bizarre military weapons that actually existed. Strangest war inventions in history. Chapter 1: The Failed Wonder Tool. During the Great War, a peculiar invention emerged from Canadian military minds. The Hughes shield shovel combined digging capabilities with protective armor in one revolutionary device. Named after Secretary Ina McAdam, this ingenious contraption featured a bulletproof shield with a strategically placed opening for rifle firing. Canadian Minister Sam Hughes championed this hybrid tool as a miracle of modern warfare engineering. However, battlefield reality proved harsh for this ambitious design. The thick steel construction made it impossibly heavy for soldiers to carry effectively. Worse yet, the protective capabilities fell short of expectations, failing to deflect even small-caliber rounds. The central hole that enabled shooting also compromised its digging effectiveness, rendering it useless for trench construction. Military commanders, including Arthur Currie, rejected the expensive equipment outright. Critics mockingly noted its only practical application was opening food tins. Eventually, 25,000 units were scrapped and replaced with superior British entrenching tools. Chapter 2: The Tiny Terror. Austrian watchmaker Franz Fanel created history's smallest center-fire semi-automatic pistol in 1910. This miniature marvel, nicknamed Colibri (Hummingbird), measured just 2.8 inches long and fired 2.7 mm rounds. Marketed specifically for ladies' self-defense, it was compact enough to conceal in handbags while maintaining the appearance of a real firearm. Despite its innovative design, the Colibri suffered from severe limitations. Manufacturing constraints prevented rifle grooves, making accuracy nearly impossible. The 6-round magazine proved difficult to load, while the tiny bullets barely generated enough power to penetrate wool clothing. With muzzle velocity reaching only 200 meters per second, this pocket pistol delivered less impact than modern pellet guns. Production ceased during World War I, though larger variants continued until 1938. Most original Colibris disappeared during the global conflicts, becoming prized collector items for their novelty rather than effectiveness. Chapter 3: Masters of Deception. World War I introduced telescopic sights on a massive scale, transforming battlefield dynamics forever. German imperial forces initially dominated sniper warfare, forcing Allied nations to rapidly develop counter-strategies. The constant threat of precise long-range shooting created a desperate need for innovative deception techniques. Camouflage units developed sophisticated paper-match dummy heads to fool enemy marksmen. These realistic decoys featured detailed facial features, natural skin coloring, and even rubber tubes for simulated cigarette smoking. Craftsmen worked tirelessly in frontline workshops, creating convincing replicas designed to withstand telescopic examination. The deployment strategy was brilliant in its simplicity. Soldiers would raise these fake heads above trench parapets using long sticks, drawing sniper fire and revealing enemy positions through triangulation methods. This British innovation proved so effective that other armies quickly adopted similar tactics. Chapter 4: Phantom Armies. World War II elevated military deception to unprecedented levels through inflatable dummy tanks. The British 8th Army pioneered this concept during North African campaigns, using wooden replicas to mislead Rommel about troop strengths and movement patterns. Engineers even mounted fake tank structures on regular vehicles to simulate armored columns. Operation Fortitude represented the pinnacle of this deception art. The Allies created an entire Phantom Army under General Patton's supposed command, complete with inflatable Sherman tanks weighing only 93 pounds when fully deployed. These rubber warriors could be assembled overnight and positioned anywhere, creating the illusion of massive armored divisions. The success of this elaborate ruse helped convince German forces that D-Day landings would occur at Pas-de-Calais rather than Normandy. Enemy reserves remained in the wrong location for weeks after the actual invasion, contributing significantly to Allied victory. The newly formed Ghost Army continued these deception operations throughout the European campaign, staging approximately 20 separate enemy misdirections. Don't miss our next exploration of bizarre military innovations. Subscribe now and ring the notification bell to discover more incredible stories from warfare's strangest chapters. Chapter 5: Forest of Lies. French camouflage artists revolutionized battlefield observation by creating artificial trees during World War I. Painter Lucien Victor Guérin de Scevola led this innovative program, constructing iron observation posts disguised with natural bark and foliage. These fake trees provided artillery spotters with concealed vantage points deep in no man's land. British forces refined this concept under artist Solomon Joseph Solomon, who developed sophisticated op trees made from steel cylinder sections. These hollow structures accommodated single observers, equipped with special viewing slits and internal ladder systems. The installation process required incredible precision, replacing real trees under cover of darkness to avoid detection. German forces created their own Baumbeobachter, tree observers, with equal ingenuity. One spectacular example reached 25 feet in height and remained undetected for months after British forces captured the surrounding trenches. These artificial observation posts proved that creativity and craftsmanship could triumph over conventional military thinking. Chapter 6: The Ultimate Bug. Soviet intelligence achieved perhaps the greatest espionage coup of the Cold War through a simple wooden carving. Russian schoolchildren presented U.S. Ambassador Averell Harriman with a replica of the Great Seal in 1945, which he proudly displayed in his Moscow residence study. Unknown to American officials, this innocent gift contained a revolutionary listening device. The thing operated without batteries or electrical circuits, activated only when Soviet agents aimed radio signals at its concealed antenna. Sound waves from conversations caused internal membrane vibrations, transmitting intelligence back to monitoring stations. This elegant simplicity made detection nearly impossible and provided unlimited operational lifespan. For 7 years, Soviet intelligence gathered classified information from the ambassador's private discussions. The device remained undetected despite multiple security sweeps and office renovations. Only accidental radio interception in 1952 revealed this masterpiece of espionage engineering, fundamentally changing electronic surveillance methods forever. Chapter 7: Around the Corner. German engineers developed the revolutionary Krumlauf, curved barrel, to solve tank crew vulnerabilities during World War II. This bizarre attachment allowed soldiers to shoot around corners and cover blind spots without exposing themselves to enemy fire. Initial designs targeted the standard Kar 98K rifle, before focusing on the revolutionary STG-44 assault weapon. Extensive testing revealed two optimal configurations: 30-degree angles for infantry use with periscope sights, and 90-degree versions for vehicle mounting. However, the innovative design suffered from critical flaws. Barrels frequently warped under stress, while bullets often fragmented on the curve, creating unpredictable shotgun-like effects. Despite limited wartime deployment, both American and Soviet forces experimented with curved barrel technology during the Korean conflict. The concept proved that desperate battlefield conditions could inspire remarkably creative, if impractical, solutions to tactical problems. Chapter 8: Automatic Deception. Australian Lance Corporal William Scurry created one of warfare's cleverest deception devices during the Gallipoli evacuation. His drip rifle used simple ration cans and string to create automatic gunfire without human operators. Water dripping from one container gradually filled another until sufficient weight triggered the rifle mechanism. This ingenious system allowed Allied forces to maintain the illusion of active defensive positions while secretly withdrawing troops. Random timing variations made the automated shooting appear natural to Ottoman observers. Combined with mannequins and dummy artillery, these devices successfully masked the complete evacuation of remaining forces. Scurry received the Distinguished Conduct Medal for his battlefield innovation, which enabled the rear guard's escape without casualties. This simple yet effective solution demonstrated that individual creativity could achieve strategic objectives when conventional methods failed. Chapter 9: Safe Shooting Solutions. Trench warfare created an urgent need for protected firing solutions, as soldiers faced constant sniper threats. Multiple inventors simultaneously developed periscope rifles to enable shooting without exposure to enemy marksmen. British innovator William Yalton patented the first hyposcope attachment in 1914, using double reflecting prisms for concealed aiming. Australian William Beach independently created his version at Gallipoli, combining wooden frames with box periscopes and wire-operated triggers. His design allowed soldiers to fire from parapet tops while remaining safely below in trenches. Despite accuracy limitations, the system proved effective in close-range battlefield conditions. German forces developed sophisticated factory-made versions with steel construction and auxiliary triggers connected by chains. American innovations included extended magazines, magnifying optics, and even collapsible hinged stocks that transformed ordinary rifles into periscope weapons with button activation. Chapter 10: Silencing the Guns. Modern military testing facilities face unique challenges when operating near civilian populations. The German WTD-91 testing site in Lower Saxony generates massive noise pollution from tank gun firing, reaching 180 decibels at close range and affecting nearby residents in Meppen. German engineers collaborated with Rheinmetall to develop an innovative gun muffler system for the Leopard 2's 120mm cannon. This massive drum-shaped device uses V-shaped barriers to capture propellant gases, releasing them through controlled subsonic flows instead of explosive sonic booms. The successful muffler reduces noise from 180 to 60 decibels at 1 mile distance, transforming deafening explosions into conversation-level sounds. Modified versions accommodate self-propelled howitzers with additional side baffles for horizontal gas capture. This unique solution remains the world's only operational large-caliber gun silencer system. Chapter 11: Scooter Artillery. French military innovation reached bizarre heights with the Vespa 150 TAP, an anti-tank scooter designed for airborne operations. This modified civilian vehicle mounted an M20 75mm recoilless rifle, alongside standard transportation capabilities. Intended for paratroopers in Indochina and Algeria, it provided artillery firepower with exceptional mobility in challenging terrain. The lightweight system weighed 253 pounds fully equipped and achieved 41 miles per hour top speed with 124-mile range. However, the mounted weapon required dismounting and tripod setup for actual firing, limiting its tactical effectiveness. Despite theoretical mobile firing capability, the massive 75mm rounds made scooter-mounted shooting extremely dangerous. Production lasted only 3 years, 1956 to 1959, with approximately 600 units manufactured in green and desert camouflage patterns. Limited production numbers suggest French forces quickly abandoned this creative but impractical artillery concept in favor of conventional weapon systems. Chapter 12: Shields on Wheels. World War I inspired numerous mobile shield designs intended to protect advancing infantry from small arms fire. French engineers created the first wheeled shields using heavy steel plates mounted on sand-filled wooden wheels for stability during movement across no man's land. British designs included the complex one-man tank with chrome-nickel steel construction covering soldiers up to their thighs. Multiple viewing ports and rifle slots enabled observation and shooting while crawling in uncomfortable kneeling positions. Larger variants protected entire squads but proved too cumbersome for battlefield use. Russian forces developed massive shields protecting 10 soldiers with double-row firing ports and multiple wheel configurations. However, all mobile shield designs shared fatal flaws: excessive weight, poor mobility on cratered terrain, and vulnerability to artillery bombardment, making them impractical for actual combat operations. Ready to dive deeper into military history's most fascinating failures and innovations? Hit that subscribe button and activate notifications to never miss our latest discoveries from the battlefield's strangest archives.